It's Mertiz and No More Black Tears podcast.
Mr. DJ Rose.
What's up? What's up? This boy OJ Juice Man 706 Stunner in the building.
Hey, yo, how everybody doing this week, man?
I'm good, man. Everything's lovely, man. All is well. You know what I'm saying? So, where we at this week? What we sipping on?
And we got that McCallum man on deck.
Already, you already know. So it all happened in a week, man. Run it down.
This week in sports. So in our local CSRA area, we had Cross Creek High School. They faced the previous week at Savannah High School. Apparently, both benches cleared out. It was a big brawl. So this week, when Cross Creek was supposed to face Hart County, it was a cancellation. So they not only did they forfeit the previous game, they had to forfeit this week's game too. Hey, Rose, any thoughts on this situation?
Yeah, it's just dumb. And then it was funny because I was watching the news and the people was like, "Oh yeah, they shouldn't have suspended them, and they had to pay the fine and all this other stuff." But like, what y'all thought was gonna happen? What y'all thought was gonna happen? Like y'all, they cleared the benches. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to act like y'all got some sense. You know what I'm saying? I all the days I went to high school football games, I ain't never seen that except on movies and TVs. So I guess they think they're better than everybody else. They can just do whatever they want to do. So I was happy for them. You know what I'm saying? They should have canceled the whole season for them.
Hey man, so as far as I'm concerned, as an alum of the Rebels, hey man, I don't care about them pigs, man. Hey, we roast pigs, so hey, it is what it is. Any thoughts on Juice Man?
Not really. I don't get it. Like, but hey, that's life, man. See, life goes on.
So going from a physical altercation to a verbal altercation, we all know Gilbert Arenas, who got his podcast, Gilbert's Arena. He apparently took shots at Hakeem Olajuwon, a legend, and basically was saying, y'all got players like Giannis paying 50,000 to work out with Hakeem and learning them 80s and 90s moves that ain't shit, that ain't working. He robbing the young generation. Y'all need to go work out with that bum. He ain't teaching y'all shit. Rose, man, what you think about Gilbert having so much to say about someone that's a legend?
I never understood how a person with no championships can talk about somebody with championships. Like he said in his own mouth, "Oh, I'll take this 100 mil and take 0 championships because he's a loser." This is the same guy that got into it about a card game on a flight and with his teammate and was so scared he brought guns to the locker room. Is it the same guy or is it somebody? Was that somebody different?
It's the same motherfucker.
That's the same one, right? The same one. So and he got suspended for the next year and didn't really know he was actually messing with a killer.
Stupid.
So he's lucky to be alive today. So yeah, dumbass and dumber. You know what I'm saying? So stupid is and stupid does. That's what I'm saying about Gilbert Arenas. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have a championship, then you can talk to other champions. Otherwise, you can't talk to other champions or mention their names.
Yeah, I co-sign that, man. I applaud Giannis and any player that wants to go to Hakeem, learn his moves, because if you grew up watching Hakeem, he was one of the most athletic big men we ever seen and was graceful. So I applaud him. As far as Arenas, hey man, Stack said it best, man. You a loser, man. You got a loser mentality. You said it yourself. You'll trade $100 million for a ring. And anybody that came from nothing would be like, what? Nigga, I'm cool with just $50 million because a ring says I was the best at what I did. And speaking of best what you did, Hakeem was not the best what he did 1 year. He was the best what he did 2 years, back-to-back NBA champion. Juice, man, any thoughts?
That's one of my favorite players, Hakeem. But I kind of get what he was saying, Gilbert. But at the same time, like you say, that it sounds like a loser mentality. You should want that wing and you should want the 100 million. You should want both. But I just, you know, I don't know, man. Like
Speaking to the mic, Juice man.
that because some of the stuff you be saying, I be listening to him. I be like, okay, I see where he coming from, and other stuff I be like, nah, I can't be vibe with him. So I take what he be saying with a grain of salt because he was good, but he didn't play long enough to see like he was doing his thing, but he wasn't, you know, like he was balling, but he didn't ball long enough. It's just too much, man. I'm not really real cool with the woulda, coulda, shouldas.
I feel
That's
you,
why I
man.
take him. He's a woulda, coulda, shoulda dude. It's like, bruh, you can't. You're a woulda, coulda, shoulda dude, man. Like I can't vibe with that too much.
So speaking of one player who got paid but didn't win no championships, and another player that's showing you can win championships and get paid. Pat Mahomes just set the record for getting paid. They restructured his contract.
What?
Yeah, they restructured his contract. So over the next 2-3 years, he's gonna be getting paid $210 million. It could actually reach $218 million. Now he's the highest paid quarterback after we just saw Burrow become the highest paid for what? Just a week. So, Rose, man, it's a good deal for the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's an amazing deal for the Chiefs because they're not losing nothing. All they did was restructure it. So to make because he deserved it. He's the best player in the league. So now he's the highest paid player in the league. So he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what he's doing. He got all the commercials, and he's funny. He's kind of like Peyton Manning. You know what I'm saying? But he actually has more than one championship. You know what I'm saying? But man, I got nothing but love for Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, man, this is crazy, man. I know Nick Wright talks about this. We haven't seen this in football in a long time. What Pat Mahomes is doing is he's winning the championships like Brady was early in his career. But he's putting up the numbers, and for y'all, since y'all older, putting the numbers up that Dan Marino was early in his career. Like, we haven't really seen a player do both. So, like, yeah, man, he's the best player, and it's not even close because, bro, not only are you throwing for 5,000 yards a season, 40 touchdowns a season, you don't won 2 Super Bowls, and you only been in the league, what, 4 years, 5 years? Well, my bad. 6 years. But basically, he's only been a starter for 5 years.
And went to 5 in a row AFC championship games.
5 in a row AFC championship and been to Super Bowl 3 years in a row, I think it is.
Well, 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, he's been to the Super Bowl 3 times.
Yeah, been to Super Bowl 3 years in a row. Like, come on, man. You doing
not 3 years in a row, but was it 3 years in a row?
Oh, yeah.
No, because the Rams.
He didn't go get the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but you've been to Super Bowl both times, though. 3 times, though. So you're doing a lot of stuff that we haven't really seen before. So he deserved this money, man. Juice, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's LeBron James in football. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
He's LeBron James in football.
You can't get no better than that.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
But one thing I heard, I seen one thing that I did hear, that if Dan Marino was in this league, that he would throw for 6,000 yards and 50 touchdowns every season. I don't necessarily believe that, but go ahead, Pat Mahomes. Go ahead to the next one.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. You said he's the LeBron James, man. Well, fortunately, these players are not the LeBron James and staying healthy. As we know, people get hurt in the NFL season. It happens. I'm sorry for people's fantasy team. Mine's got fucked too because of some of these injuries. So we seen Nick Chubb tell.
But did you lose?
No.
But did you lose?
So Nick Chubb tore his MCL. That's a Georgia boy. Shout out to him.
I'm glad about that, though. I got to stop you because from the injury, did y'all see the injury? Yeah, I know you did.
A lot of people thought it might be career ending.
Yeah, because so for him to only be an MCL,
and it's the same knee he tore years ago.
So much love because it could have been way worse. So I'm happy for him.
And then we got Saquon, who had a high ankle sprain, but he should be back next week. If not next week, definitely within 2 weeks. Trevon Diggs, man, that one actually ate me up, bro, because this is a young brother who's coming on. He tore his ACL in practice with the Cowboys the other day.
Practice?
Yeah, in practice. Well, hey, I told y'all about that practice.
Practice?
And then Joe Burrow, He's been dealing with a hamstring injury, and he's questionable for Monday Night Football.
Not hamstring. He's been dealing with a calf injury
Oh,
since the preseason.
Since the preseason.
Yeah.
And then we got Shaq Thompson, who broke his collarbone, so he's out for half of the season. And then lastly, we got the 2 rookie quarterbacks, Anthony Richardson, who has been amazing, just as Rose, because he got him in fantasy, and Bryce Young, who we told y'all what we thought Bryce Young was going to be, and he's already hurt in his third week of NFL action, and it looks like he's going to be out for a couple weeks. Man, Rose, man, what's up with these injuries, man? And are there any injuries that stuck out to you?
The only one that stuck out to me was a Chubb injury. I was watching that game. I didn't see it happen because the game was so boring, so I turned it back to the other game. But that's the only one that. Oh, what Diggs too? But he played for the Cowgirls, so who cares? You know what I'm saying? He already got paid, so I ain't worried about him. So the main thing is Chubb. Like Chubb ain't get paid. Diggs got paid. Chubb didn't get paid. He's still on the contract. Like I'm still trying to figure out what was the Zoom meeting about? What was this team meeting about that all y'all running backs had? Like what y'all say? Everybody go get hurt?
Oh yeah, we gonna be some bitch ass niggas.
Like what was this meeting about? Like y'all want to meet? Talking about, oh yeah, we gonna meet, and then everybody sign a deal. Like what y'all gonna do? Like the rookies coming in playing B.J. Robinson, looking like the best running back in the league behind Christian McCaffrey. But Christian McCaffrey been hurt too, but he's a white boy, so he gonna get his paper.
Facts.
But it's like, what is going on with these running backs? Like, who cares about anybody else? Because everybody else is getting paid.
Yeah, man. So as far as I'm concerned, I want to touch on the running back situation. This is why, if I was an NFL running back, if you don't pay me, I'm not playing, man. It's just that simple. Like, I would do what Kareem Hunt did. Kareem Hunt was a free agent. He literally sat on his ass until a team was willing to pay him. And injuries happened. He got paid. The money running backs, hey, take a page out of Jonathan Taylor's book, get traded, or just sit out till they pay you, man, because y'all get hurt. And unfortunately for Chubb, they're going to use his injury as a reason not to pay him his value, because he's been a top 5 running back the last 3 years. The second injury that I took notice of, and this is the last one I'm going to talk about, damn, Carolina, man. Y'all spent the number 1 overall pick on Bryce Young, and everyone and their mama and their grandma and their auntie told y'all this motherfucker was going to be injury prone because he was too small. And part of the issue that I have with this injury is, man, we need to stop playing some of these rookie quarterbacks their rookie seasons, because y'all know that offensive line wasn't prepared to take that small, tiny man. Y'all should have went ahead and waited till y'all could protect that man. But because ain't no point in him coming back this year, Rose. Because if he come back, he going to be on the shelf again.
Welcome to the NFL.
Like, I don't think what we talked about at the shop is the practices ain't really practices no more. They're not really working out like they're supposed to. They're not really stretching like how they're supposed to. They're not doing stuff to help them prevent from being injury prone.
I can't say that they're not.
It's
stretching
like they're doing stuff to save the player, but in actuality, it's hurting the player because you're not getting the flexibility in the right stretching, in the right practice. Because it's like when you're in practice and you're going half pace. You're not doing full on scrimmages anymore. You know what I'm saying? So then when you get out to the game, yeah, you're going to pull something. You're going to mess something up because your body ain't used to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Actual.
They need to bring Bill Parcells back.
That's a regiment. So it is what it is.
Tom Comfort.
You can see it coming. You see it happening too much.
But what Ocho says is that they ain't eat right.
They eat like.
That's what Ocho said, man. They ain't eating right. Ocho said he was eating McDonald's, a 10-piece and 2 cheeseburgers and a Diet Coke.
Yeah, he said they ain't eating right. He said they eat
salads.
They eat too much greens. They eating too much lean. And they better get some junk food in their diet. What Marshall said? Well, let me see the rainbow.
Yeah, he's telling Skittles up, man. So going from injuries, man, we in week 3 of the NFL season, man. Hey, Rose, what games this week caught your eye? Is there anything that you're looking forward to this weekend in football?
Falcons and the Lions. Is Atlanta finally going to lose a game because they should have done lost all the other ones? But They're playing around. They got everybody in the A thinking that we good. They're thinking that our quarterback is worth something when he's useless. So the other game I'm looking forward to see is Zach Wilson go to see Ghost again. He's going against the Patriots. So is he going to see Ghost again? I'm going to see if the Commanders, a.k.a. the Redskins, a.k.a. Eric Bieniemy, is going to do their thing again. You know what I'm saying? They 2-0. You know what I'm saying? Their offense is looking great. Ever since he left the Chiefs, their offense is looking horrible. So I want to see what they're doing. And I think that's about it.
Yeah, man, I got 3 games, man. The Bears and Chiefs. We had, well, now I'm going to say we. I had a lot of expectations for this Bears offense.
Trash.
They're going against the Chiefs defense that's been one of the best defenses in the league
Trash.
these first 2 weeks. So Justin Fields, DJ Moore, y'all got to get it together. Y'all got to start going. Then the next 2 games, I got my eye on them because if you want to make the playoffs, these teams got to win this game. Chargers, Vikings, both are 0-2. Neither one should go to 0-3 and have any chance of making the playoffs.
Somebody going. Oh, Vikings go 0-3 and still make the playoffs.
So
they in the NFC.
And lastly, I got my eye on the Patriots and Jets game, like you said. My bad. The Broncos and Dolphins game. That's the game I got to get. The Broncos and Dolphins game, because the Dolphins have the chance to go 3-0 and try to keep pushing that lead in the AFC East. But then the Broncos, they 0-2, and in that division, they can't go on.
They can't go 0-3, but Chargers are 0-2 too. But the Broncos actually look better than their record,
and they actually look good. And that's another thing is they need to actually show that they can compete with these good teams.
They have been showing. They just haven't won.
Hey man, you got to close games out, man. You got Russell Wilson, you got Sean Payton. At some point in time, you got to close the game out in the 4th quarter.
So Sean Payton's the coach?
Yeah, Sean Payton's the coach. You got to close the game out. And you have who I think is the best corner in football, Patrick Surtain. So you got to do something, man.
Man, they ain't going to do nothing, man. But smoke weed in Colorado.
What about you, Juice, man?
Yeah, you know me. I'm catching everything I can, man. I'm watching all the games. I enjoy watching the sport. It's fun. A particular team, the person I'm looking out for this week, none in particular. I know I'm being real nonchalant today, but it is what it is. I really don't have my opinions ain't really. I don't have an opinion that's like this week.
You like Colorado? Ain't no fighting you today, man.
Nah.
Speaking of fight, man, we're going on the TNT.
Tears or no tears.
Dynamite.
Boom.
Man, speaking of Deion Sanders, Charleston White was on the internet the other day talking about how Deion is a Sambo, how he a coon, he a traitor to the community and HBCUs, and he was saying that he hoped that Shadir Sanders, the quarterback, Deion's son, gets hurt this season. Yeah, he was talking real reckless. And he was also saying, why y'all ain't supporting y'all local black football coaches and stuff that coach Pop Warner and the local teams? Rose, Juice Man.
Go ahead, Juice Man.
Tears or no tears to what Charleston White had to say.
I have this dude. He sound like the Uncle Tom, bro. For real. That's crazy. Like, man, the foolery. But he say he comedian, so he can get away with a lot of that slick shit he be saying. So, man, I got, I'm that's terrible.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears. I love Charleston White, man. He that's one of my favorite people to listen to. He sometimes his takes are kind of left-handed, and I'm right-handed, but I still like it because most of the time he's speaking facts. It might not be the facts you want to hear, but it's the facts you need to hear. And so I ain't got no problem with Charleston White. I ain't got no tears. You know what I'm saying? Because what they say Deion Sanders turned Colorado to the HBCU.
All right.
I think that's what he did because tonight's game, it looked like Georgia Southern against Savannah State.
Blowout.
Yes.
Yeah, man, I got tears, man. The comments against Deion, that was all inbounds because, if you want to call Deion Sambo and Uncle Tom because he left Jackson State and went to Colorado, that's all fair because other people have said that. But come on, man, these are college athletes. These are still technically kids. You cannot be wishing that they get injured and stuff like that. So for him to say that about Shador Sanders, that was out of bounds. But, moving on, I was watching Drink Champs, and I saw on the episode when they had Special Ed, he was a decent rapper back in the day, and they was asking him, do you prefer Wu-Tang or NWA? He said Wu-Tang, because Wu-Tang's for the kids, but also he got into how he felt like NWA started the destruction of hip-hop. So, as the older people at the table, Juice Man, do you agree with Special Ed, and what do you think about his comments?
No. Hip hop is always evolving, but the people, I can't say people who destroyed hip hop. I don't know. But I started listening to rap, gangster rap. Gangster rap was like some of the first rap I was listening to. Actually heard on the radio. So I enjoyed gangster rap. Yeah.
Tears or no tears?
Special Ed was a G. So I got tears for no tears for Special Ed saying what he said. What? Okay.
Yeah, this is what he said. How he said that NWA started the destruction of hip hop.
I had tears for that. I got tears for that because that's his opinion, but I feel that's sad. Destruction of hip hop. I would have to say is Bootsy.
Yeah, man, I had tears, man, because I actually listened to a little bit of Special Ed music. Man, I Got It Made, bro. That's a song that, man, I actually like to just listen to when I'm just cruising and just chilling. It's just an easy flowing beat with you just that. It got that 80s, 90s, early 90s style where they just rapping just effortlessly. But as far as what he said, though, I mean, there was truth to what he said, man. I mean, like, I don't feel like NWA is as destructive as some of the rap we have now. But when you open the door for gangster rap, and it allows us to, kind of transition to some of the other rap that we've had since then, and now it's being pushed so heavily. Yeah, man, that kind of did kind of destroy hip hop. If you do remember, like some of the artists of the '80s and early '90s, and some of the stuff they was rapping about, from Run DMC to DMX to KRS-One, even Wu-Tang Clan, who they was talking about stuff that was happening in the streets, but it was more so from an educational standpoint, like they wasn't necessarily glorifying selling drugs and stuff like that. So I understood what he was trying to say, but NWA was still a very influential group though.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears for what Special Ed said, and I don't care what he said either, because there's people that's on NWA that have made so much strides and everything for black folks and hip hop, music, movies. You know what I'm saying? O'Shea Jackson. You know what I'm saying? AKA Ice Cube.
Facts.
Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? We would have never got Regulators. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Dr. J's brother Warren G. You know what I'm saying? We could have went out. We could have went without Eazy-E, but we can't go out Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So we can go DJ Yellow. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We can't. Those people, they paved the way for a lot of other people. You know what I'm saying? Like some of our favorite people that's still a lot doing things to this day. Music, commercials, movies. Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You don't get a lot of the people we have today without those people you just named. And speaking about people that
Eminem.
And speaking about people that paved the way for future generations, we got Halle Berry and Drake. Two people who have basically influenced different parts of entertainment. Halle Berry with black actresses and showing that a black woman can be the lead in the role, and Drake with showing that a lot of these rappers, you ain't gotta pay for a female to come on your rap song and sing. You can sing yourself, and people will still buy the track. So, but if y'all don't know, Drake is dropping an album called For All My Dogs. On one of the singles that he planned to drop, it's called Slime, I want to say. And he has a picture.
No, it's called Slime Her Out.
Oh, Slime Her Out. Okay, so
Slime Her Out.
Slime Her Out. So on the pic, it's gonna be the pic of Halle Berry when she was at the Nickelodeon Choice Awards, and she got slime. If you remember that pic. And apparently, from what Halle Berry said, Drake DM'd her, asked to use the pic. She told him no, but she did not own the rights to the pic. So apparently, he had already bought the pic and used it. And she went public about basically, yeah, I expect bullshit like that. There was no point in him asking me. And now it's like a little beef between them two. Juice Man, who you siding with, and tears or no tears?
I know I don't like Halle Berry like that. I'm siding with Drake. Yeah, that's a real boss move. Like I should put it out there and let you know I'm coming. Like, hey, yo, I seen this pic for this song I'm doing. It's real funny. I'm sorry to put you at the butt of it, but you is. Hope you can deal with it. You cool with that? It doesn't matter if you say yes or no because I went above you already. It's already been signed, sealed, and delivered. I'm just showing courtesy, letting you know, shorty, hey, I'm going to put your ass on blast. Hey, you know what it is.
Yeah, Drake hit the rock move on her. What do you think?
Also,
it doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah, at all.
Like that was kind of raw, man. I do feel Halle Berry. Why even ask for permission if you're going to do it anyway? Like, you might as well just say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I don't need your blessing. I already paid for it. But, I mean, hey, man, I can't wait to hear the song because, man, hey, we can say we want about Drake, but me and MGH was talking. That motherfucking light-skinned motherfucker know how to make hits stuff. So, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fire song. It's going to play in all the clubs. And Ho's going to be the main one singing to it.
And Halle Berry going to behave every minute.
So what Halle Berry need to do is try to hit up Drake and say, can I be in the music video? What you
get
think?
His line again. Get his line
Okay,
again.
that's a nice take. But I got tears because, Drake, you a hoe. Like, if you could have been a man and said, hey, Halle Berry, I already bought this picture. Like you said, I'm just giving you the heads up. Like, I'm about to put it out. Like, I'm sorry, but this is what it's gonna be. Do you mind? And she say, no, I'm sorry. I already did it. Don't try to act like, oh, do you mind if I use this picture? And she say no. And like, Halle Berry's a legend. Like, so it's like, so then it's like when you say no, and then you use it anyway. Like, there's plenty of other pictures you could have used. It's like when you're using it, slime her out. Like, okay, you could have used a lot of other pictures, but the song is probably gonna be fired. Only reason the song is probably gonna be fired because SZA is featured on it, and she's one of the dopest artists out right now. But
facts.
But Drake, you a hoe. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say.
Hey, man,
stop singing your hooks, man, and rap again. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
we need mixtape Drizzy back.
And man, you talking about Slime Out, and we talking about hoes. There's this man that basically went online and said that, hey, my profession is to marry rich women and basically divorce them and take half their shit. He is so professional at this shit, Juice Man, that one of his wives, he had a pool business.
Yeah,
one of his wives basically funded his pool business, and he still divorced that hoe and took half. Now, he did say this ain't for the faint of heart, because he has been with some old, ugly bitches, and you still got to do what you got to do to please them, but as long as you got to get that check. So, hey, if you ain't willing to eat some old coochie, this may not be for you. Rose, as the man with the PhD in Hokology, what you think about this?
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with powdered donuts. Hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Personally, I don't like powdered donuts, but hey, I ain't no shame in this game. Like, sometimes you gotta. Hey, it takes some to be something. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta take the gather with the gather. You know what I'm saying? It's like because they've been doing it to us for years and years and years.
Balls.
You know what I'm saying? So it's, but the thing about it is, do you have the heart to do it?
Gotta have the heart.
Do you have the heart to do it? Personally, me.
You got the stomach.
That's right. Nigga,
Personally, me, I ain't gonna be able to do it.
I ain't gonna able to do it.
I ain't gonna be able to do it.
But it's time to get down there. And that shit looking at you and it's wrinkly. And it's been through 50 to 70 years of life.
Oh,
and that pastrami sticking out. Because when that shit gets up, that shit's not tucked in no more. It's poking out, waving at you. And it's hairy as shit. And some of them hairs have been around longer than you've been alive. And you gotta stick your face in there. That's when you get the boys from the men. And I don't know if I'm man enough for that, Juice Man. But hey, salute to that white man. Get it how you live. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. What you think, Juice Man?
Man, yeah, I ain't got the heart or the stomach for that shit. Like, okay, but you gotta think like this. Halle Berry to me.
What DJ Khaled with the whore?
Nah. I can do Halle Berry like that.
Oh yeah, if she
I
bad,
can do
I
Yolanda like
can
that.
do if she bad.
But an ugly bitch.
Ugly
No,
old bitch.
Oh no, sir.
No, ugly old infant.
And MJ gotta
Oh
tell me
no!
and MJ gotta tell me like homosexual. Like when you see them dudes with them fat 500-pound hoes, they get a check from the government and they got a place to stay because of Section 8 housing, and they finna get back $5,000 from taxes. Hey man, you gotta put that work in if you want that PS5.
I ain't gonna be able to do it.
I ain't gonna be able to do it.
So speaking of other hoes, speaking of skinny hoes, Glorilla was with Fabo Foreign. They took a pic together.
Fabio Foreign.
Oh my bad, Fabio Foreign. They took a pic together, and basically the GD sign had it upside down with him, which is a slight to the GDs. She later came out and said she didn't know what it meant, and she apologized. Juice Man. She's from Memphis. What do you believe her, and what do you think about the situation?
Yeah, I would. It's I don't think nothing of the situation. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna bang over there how they bang. People in Cali bang a different way. You know, everybody bang a different way. So it is do what you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not with the shits. I'm not banging. So it is what it is.
Yeah, man. I think she lying, man. You can't be from the streets of Memphis.
She's not from the streets from Memphis.
Well, you can't be from Memphis and rap the way you rap and claim to be around the people you around and not know what that means. But secondly, make this clear. I don't care if she didn't know what it meant. Why the fuck is you throwing up gang signs? Like you thought that was his gang sign. Why are you throwing up gang signs to gangs you're not affiliated with? That's the more important part of the issue. Like, you don't see certain rappers like Big Sean and Lupe. They cool with some of these rappers that bang. But you don't see them when they take a pic and they throwing the gang signs. Like, they over here just roasted 5'9". They just throwing up the peace sign, throwing up the Black Power fist sign, just waving or whatever. But I'm not going to throw no gang sign, and I'm not even affiliated with this gang because I'm not even trying to get caught in the crossfire. So, hey, man, tears for that hoe, man. Like, you shouldn't be doing that shit, man, in the first place.
I ain't got no tears for that hoe. Oh, you dumb. That hoe dumb. Like, so you just a follower, right? Why don't you? So next time somebody jump up a cliff, they need to bring you with them because you wasn't raised in the street just because you ratchet and talk about ratchet stuff. You weren't raised in the street. You were just a hoe that worked at McDonald's or was it Taco Bell? It was one.
I would say it was Wendy's or Checkers. They're selling that picture for $40.
Yeah, it wasn't Wendy's because I used to work at Wendy's. You know what I'm saying?
They had standards at Wendy's?
Yeah, we called it 223. We hit licks in Wendy's. Big things popping. So yeah, I know it wasn't Wendy's. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I used to pick that whole Wendy out, inside and out. That's another discussion,
though. Juice Man, y'all pimping out fast food
all day long. We got to get it how you live. They don't pay us enough. You got to get paid somehow.
So y'all the motherfuckers that when I order my food,
come and do tripping if you want to.
I get home, I'm like, hey, hold on, who put this sack in my bag? I grabbed the wrong bag.
You grabbed the wrong bag, and you wonder like, oh, they got that special seasoning on them nuggets. Yeah.
Shit like that, and we were scared to eat out.
We was rolling dice with them things. You know what I'm saying? You come to that thing tripping, you hit 223. You already know what it is.
I'm sorry to listen got off track, man. But moving on to the question of the week. Rose Juice Man, what's wrong with these hoes?
You tell me. Because I already know. They aggravating.
So, on this one podcast, this female basically came out and was saying, hey, we don't need no second guesses. If you ain't down the hole, you don't need to go.
If you ain't down the hole, you don't need to go.
And there's been this whole rhetoric ever since the movie Girl Trips came out years ago. And now that women have podcasts, a lot of women have been saying, y'all know we're doing these girls trips. And if we can't have that one girl judging us and saying, oh, why y'all doing that? So fellas, just heads up. If your girl is going on these girls trips, I'm telling you, she said herself, they ain't trying to take no hoe that ain't trying to hoe. So, Juice Man, what's wrong with these hoes?
Okay. I listened to the conversation too, but she also said there's plenty of groups that go and they don't hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, they're just not part of her group. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not part of her group.
Yeah.
Her group is they going to hoe.
Yeah.
No, them groups I like to run into. Because those are cool groups. It's like running them, that group is like, oh, yeah, what's up? They're going to party with you all night. They're going to turn up with you all night. You'll have a good time. Y'all go about your way. But that's far and few between because now all these hoes want is a bag. These motherfuckers out here trying to get money. So it's like a hoe trying to get money is a prostitute. So is she going out of town to prostitute or is she going out of town to be a hoe?
That's what we need to know.
Yeah, because I enjoy a chick going out of town being a hoe and I can catch up with her. Oh, that's fun. But if I'm going out of town and I meet some bitches, they trying to be prostitutes, it might be a little bit of an issue because the bitch asking for $1,000 and she only got like a $10 pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
God damn!
Like, what the
fuck?
Why you hit so hard?
I'm just being real with it.
I don't want to even meet a $10 pussy.
No, we call that champagne shopping with beer money.
Facts. Rose?
Hey, it's funny because all the trips we take, I ain't never ran to this whole group.
That's what I'm just saying.
Hey, what I'm saying? Where they at though?
All these trips we take, I'm like, dog, I ain't never ran into this whole group. Like, I ain't trying to say I'm gonna play with them, but I'm just saying, like, I ain't never seen it. You know what I'm saying? And we take plenty of trips.
That's what I'm saying. These are chicks, they going to get the bag. It's like, yo, they looking for the multi-million-dollar niggas trying to spend some money on them.
Yeah,
so they trying to be prostitutes on the slide, trying to make a bag. That's what I'm talking about.
That's like, all it is. That's them turkey-based hoes. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh. That's the Dubai hoes. They traveling. They going on. I'm in Greece. I'm in Dubai. I'm in Italy. I'm like, but come on.
Yeah, because but ain't nothing wrong. I can't knock your hustle if that's what you trying to do. That's what you trying to do.
Don't get caught up.
But like, don't be you tripping though.
This is what I'm thinking. Like, don't get caught up like Deshaun Watson. Because Deshaun Watson fly a bitch out, had a bitch staying in the room, and I still get hit for assault charge. Like, bitch, I just spent 50 racks, bitch. And you still trying to ban a nigga? Come on.
Should have spent 50 more.
Oh, nah.
Come on.
Should have Donkey Kong that hoe.
This shit getting ridiculous, bitch. No.
Hey, man, so I'm going to say this. I heard what you said earlier, Juice, man. Like, it ain't all girls who, when they have the whole trips or whatever, they cool. I'm going to say this. If you a married man and you finna go on a trip to Miami and ain't nothing but single niggas going, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Like, you kind of know what the fuck is up, bro. You kind of. So if you a married woman or you in a relationship and it ain't nothing but single bitches going,
but that's not what they said though.
I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying for those people that are in relationships.
But the reason for this conversation is because these hoes are in relationships. That hoe was in a relationship. And
that's another thing too. if you go on this trip and you know all your homegirls cheat on their nigga, or you know if your homegirl like that, like some of y'all hoes try to act like you don't know. You know if your sister, your cousin, and your homegirl, you know if they a hoe or not.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. Like they know, and she knows. Like that's what she said. If you ain't coming to hoe, you shouldn't go. You should wait for the church retreat.
And I agree with her. If you know everybody else gonna be hoeing, and you gonna be the only one not hoeing, then you need to stay your ass home.
I ain't gonna say you need to stay home, but you just need to have another thing that you can do.
Or that you need to have enough money to do your own thing while they out here hoeing and shit. So you ain't nowhere near them because you trying to stay faithful to your nigga.
Then we gotta stop using the wrong word. We giving the bitches too much credit. They're out here prostituting.
That too. If you don't want to prostitute, then you need to go somewhere else. Like
B just said, we ain't never met these hoes. And we be out there.
While them hoes entertaining niggas at the crib trying to make some money, you need to be at the casino in Vegas trying to make some money legally. But you don't need to be like, oh, I'm still want to chill with y'all, and when these niggas start talking to me, and I tell them, no, I got a man. Well, bitch, your friend sucking dick in the corner, and she got a man. So I'm assuming you're on this. I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm assuming you're on the same shit. Like one nigga said, hey, when I see a group of geese, I'm not trying to find out what goose is a hoe or not. If y'all all flock together, I'm assuming y'all all down the hoe. So I'm speaking for myself. I don't want no wholesome girl with no group of hoes. Nah, bro. Hey, we invited hoes over here. Don't invite your one home girl that ain't trying to hoe. She need to come stay at her crib. But that's just what I think, though.
Okay, but let's make it easier. What's the difference in between a hoe and a prostitute?
You got a prostitute getting paid all the time.
A prostitute getting paid.
A hoe does it for free
or for fun.
You can call them a prostitute or a hoe. At the end of the day, if you ain't down to do either one, hey, stay your ass around for me. Like when I invite your hoe friend, and I say, hey, in the words of Diddy, hey, you got friends, I got friends, let's all be friends. And I invite your friends to chill with my friends, I'm gonna keep it real. If all your friends ain't down the hoe, only bring the hoes is down the hoe. Because I'm telling all my homeboys, hey, I got 5 coming through, boom, boom, boom. Hey, and they all DTL. And we finna GTD.
Hey, and
those who know.
And then when they come through, you can't GTD if you ain't got no GAME.
Exactly. Hey, that's the only thing that should be required when hoes come through. If you got game. But now, if them prostitutes come through, we know y'all ain't getting paid.
On to the next one.
So, we all talk about how we need to get better and we need to grow as people. Rose Juice Man, what are some things that people need to do for personal development so they can grow, become better people, be better in their relationships and their friendships? And what's some things that y'all have done this year alone to become better in your individual lives or maybe in your relationships?
Oh, you can go ahead, Verteezy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, so for me, communication is a big thing that I try to do. So I try to reach out to all my friends, and I try to talk to them at least on a bi-weekly basis. For those who don't know what bi-weekly is, that's every 2 weeks. I try to hit all.
You thought the weeks was going with each other?
Yeah, that's what them hoes right there. Yeah.
So I try to hit my friends up though, man. You know, every 2 weeks or whatever, and just touch in with them, see what they got going on. Some of my friends are married, some of them got kids. So, you know, hey, me being single, me not having kids, I'm the one who I look at it like this. I got the time and energy to hit you up and see what's going on. I also try to plan stuff with them. Now, as far as myself, I try to read, watch stuff that's going to educate me. I'm big on history. I love to learn about Black history and what's going on with my people. And then I love to actually divulge in conversation with people like yourself, Rose, people like yourself, Juice Man, and people like C's who is not here today. And for me personally, I know some people say it's arguing. I actually like intellectual debate because I feel like when I played football in high school, to get better, I got to go against the best defensive lineman in school. Like if I go against the best defensive lineman on the team, that's gonna make me better. So when I'm talking, sitting down with you, and I'm talking, and we having a debate, and we don't see eye to eye, to me, that's gonna make me get intellectually better because you're gonna normally say something that's gonna make me fall back and be like, that's very interesting. Now I will say there are some other things like eating better or whatever. Like me talking to my brother, and he telling me like how to eat better and stuff like that, and small things to do around the house and around the neighborhood. Like when I talk to Rose every day, and he may not go to the gym, but I don't really know nobody personally who every single day in the morning go walking before they go to work. Like that's something that I've tried to incorporate in my life. Like even if it's not in the morning, I try to go walking at least 4 times a week to try to build my stamina up and my energy. So those are some of the personal things I do. And lastly, and me and C's talked about this, I'm very quick to forgive. Like when people say something that upset me, I'm very quick to forgive. And when people tell me that I said or did something that upset them, I'm very quick to apologize because as I got older, I realized it's no point in harboring certain shit. Like it's certain shit for me personally. I can't speak for no one else. For me personally, it's certain shit that I'd be like, you know what? This is not important enough for me to hold on to. It's better for me to be like, if it's going to give you peace, for me to apologize for a joke or something I said, I'd rather apologize than us going back and forth and beefing. Rose?
Yeah, as far as personal development, man, that's a big thing, man, because whether it's your health, your mental health, your personal life, your relationships, it's always room for improvement and to develop. Like as far as myself, I love music. You know what I'm saying? I dibbled and dabbled in the music industry with as far as rapping and managing and things like that when I was younger. But I just love music. I just love listening to music. So one thing I did a couple years ago, I said, I'm gonna invest in some DJ equipment. I'm not gonna probably go DJ no parties, but I just want to, because half the DJs I go listen to suck. And I know I can do a much better job. So I went and invested in some DJ equipment. Next thing you know, I'm doing parties. So that was a personal thing, and that's one thing I need to practice on, and that's one thing that I like to do: play music and practice on. Another thing, we talk about this podcast right here. No more black tears. That's another thing that professional growth. Like we talking about being great here. You know what I'm saying? We just waiting on to sign that 8-figure deal. You know what I'm saying? We just waiting. We just waiting because great things come to those that wait, and we wait, but it's gonna happen. But it's gonna happen. Then, but all the people that wanted to leech on and wanted to say, oh yeah, I like that idea. I want to be on your podcast and all this other stuff. But you don't promote, you don't listen, and things like that.
Helping to manifest.
It's all good. You know what I'm saying? When that check comes, we'll buy you a drink. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You can get a bottle. You can sip off the champagne. You can get some of this rosé. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not trying to be great with us, I ain't trying to be around you. You know what I'm saying? We talking about greatness over here. You know what I'm saying? It's all about positivity and growth. Another thing, like Vertiza said, with the health, I'm trying to get off the blood pressure medicine. You know what I'm saying? So I do certain things, and some people laugh at some things that I do, like why you do that, but then you still do this because I gotta do something to reflect the things that I do.
Hell yeah!
I gotta do something. I gotta balance it out some way. You know what I'm saying? I just can't keep going downwards. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go up somehow. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like and mental health, you know what I'm saying? You can do anything. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be growing. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And that's the thing about like people always trying to come around and be around, but you shouldn't surround yourself with people that's not trying to be on the same level that you are or trying to grow.
Facts. I think that's a big one, Rose, man. Like part of this conversation is personal development too. And me and MJ always talks. And one thing I always tell him, it's hard to look in the mirror and admit your own faults. Admit how you're not perfect, and because that's part of personal development. For you to get better, you have to acknowledge I am not strong in one area of my life. So when you have friends, like I have someone like Juice Man around me, someone like Rose, and I look at their lives and I say, you know what? Juice Man does this very well. I would like to do this better in my life. Rose does this very well. I would like to do this better in my life. So you try to work at those goals and understand it's not going to happen in one night. It's not going to happen in 1 month. It's an everyday process. It's brick by brick, step by step. And once you take enough steps, you turn around and realize I done traveled a long journey to get to where I'm at. And that's part of the problem I feel like a lot of people have when it comes to personal development is holding themselves accountable and looking in the mirror and admitting I'm not perfect. And there's nothing wrong with being perfect. And you're never going to be perfect. In the words of Vince Lombardi, we're going to strive for perfection, knowing damn well we're not going to get it. But along the way, we might just hit excellence. Juice Man, you got any thoughts on this conversation?
Yeah, R.I.P. to my rich dad, Bob Hill. He passed away Monday. Great man, first black millionaire I met. He never really looked at me as underneath him, and he always kept it 100 in a G with me. Well, one thing I would have to say is write down your goals. You got to write down your goals, and it's good to read them every day, every morning. As soon as you wake up, you read it before you go to sleep. Read your goals, and that actually does help and work. Just seeing it on paper, actually positive thinking. You gotta have a positive state of mind, and eating healthier. That's always a good thing. Exercise is always a good thing. Yeah, it's easier for a man than a woman, but admit it to your faults.
It's not easy. We all human.
Yeah. But it's harder for a woman. I think
it ain't harder than this hard headed.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all touched on a lot of good things. That's just the one big one I would put in there. It's just write down your goals.
And anything that you working on personally that you developing on that you plan on or that you working on right now?
I guess probably 2 million cash in the bank. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see that, but like that's it because the net worth. I don't like the net worth is you know what I'm saying. That's a start, but just having $2 or $3 or $4 million worth of shit with $100,000 in the bank ain't really popping. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have $2 to $3, $4, $5 million worth of shit and 10 million in the bank. Or 100 million in the bank. You know what I'm saying?
So that's one thing that you're working on.
Yeah, I'd rather have more cash assets than, you know what I'm saying, items. So I'm trying to flip the script. So I'm trying to get from assets and objects to actual cash in the bank. Plus, liquid. I'd rather have my shit liquid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the only thing I'm really working on, getting on my shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, me and my friends talk all the time, man. And I always ask them this question every blue moon. What is one thing that every person in the group can do or have that you wish you could do or have? And that's something that, I want to leave the people listening. Your group of friends, the group of friends you have. What is one thing that your friends in your circle can do or have that you wish that you had that ability to do? It might be something as simple as you wish you had the patience, the ability to save money, maybe their ability to turn a bad situation into a good situation because of their outlook, or maybe I've heard this sometimes, their ability to make people laugh. But everyone around you, they should have at least something that you should be like, you know what, man, I really admire that about you. And I wish I had the ability to do that. And I might even strive to have that ability. So this is a great conversation. But like I said a few moments ago, it starts with accountability. It starts with you looking in the mirror and realizing I'm not perfect. And like what Rose and Juiceman just said, like how they just had that little conversation, there's nothing wrong with asking there's nothing wrong with telling people that you trust and love, hey man, this is my goal. At the end of 2024, at the end of 2025, I want to be able to do this because sometimes you need your friends and loved ones to hold you accountable because when you go out to eat, they might tell you, hey man, you don't need to get a double cheeseburger. Remember, you said you're trying to lose weight. Or, hey man, you don't need to buy that chain because you're trying to save money right now. And they can hold you accountable and they can be your system that you rely on. Because at the end of the day, we all human. We can't do this shit alone.
Need a good support system. Gotta have a good support system.
Yeah.
Rose, you got any closing thoughts for this conversation?
Yeah. You can always work on one thing a day. And like Juice Man said, write it down. Everybody got a telephone now, which is a bad thing, a gift and a curse. Everybody got a telephone now, but they got notes in it. So people say, I can write it down, but I can't look at it every day. But you can put it in your phone. You can put it on your screensaver.
Facts.
So then you'll see your goals every day. I know one of my friends, J Rock the Gift, he has things on his refrigerator when I go see him in Charlotte. I laugh at some of them because like, bro, some of these things you got on your wish board, like, bro, you really don't want that. But
facts.
Because at one time he had girlfriend on there. I'm like, man, what you doing? And you wonder why every girl that come over here think she trying to holler at you. Nah, nigga, she's trying to get what you got. She's looking at your refrigerator every time she open it.
Help manifest what you wrote on the refrigerator.
Yes. But yeah, man, you can put it on your phone, man. And you can do it one step at a time. It don't take you can't walk without any steps, you know what I'm saying? You can't crawl without any crawls, you know what I'm saying? You can roll, but you can't roll without rolling over.
Facts.
You just gotta try to do it. But one thing I can say, that word that I just said, try. I could tell other people to try, but that's one thing that's not in my vocabulary. I don't try. If I would say I'm gonna do something, I don't try to do it. I just do it. And if I can't do it, I just wake up and I do it until I can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Failure is part of the process. People need to remember that. Failure is part of the process.
Try out your vocabulary. Just do it. Like it ain't. Some things are hard, but most things ain't hard. Just do it. People always say, "Oh, I got this." That's one thing I say. That's one thing I hate. Excuses. I can't stand excuses. Don't come in with your excuses. Just do it. And if you can't do it, just do the best that you can.
Hey, yo, like that white boy from the movie We're the Millers. And man, it's best to live life with no regrets like he had that tattoo. Maybe you might just have one letter, though, like he did. And it wasn't Airbnb Rakim. Peace.
And I'm back quiet.
Have you